Matthew chapter 28, verse 19. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. With these words, Jesus sent his disciples into the world to preach the gospel. Today, we see Orthodox Christians throughout the entire globe. Orthodoxy in North America, however, only started a couple of hundred years ago. One man would be known as the man who brought the Orthodox faith to America for the very first time. This man was Saint Herman of Alaska. Saint Herman was born in Russia around the year 1756. Even from a young age, he had an unparalleled love for God, which led him to become a monastic at the age of just 16. As an Orthodox Christian monk, he would dedicate his life to prayer, service, and obedience. In the year 1793, Saint Herman was chosen to be part of the first Orthodox mission to North America.
Saint Herman had a spirit of mission inside of him. He wasn't content just to live within his own monastic setting in Valam. He wanted to reach out to people that had never heard the word about Christ. He was a person who was on fire with love for Christ, and he wanted to share Christ with other people. So he traveled very long distances, 11,000 miles or so, different time zones, and he finally arrived in the Alaska Peninsula there. And it was there that he began reaching out to the local indigenous population, the Aleuts, the people that had never heard the word about Christ.
The group arrived in Alaska in the year 1794 and started their ministry on Kodiak Island. In the first year alone, around 7,000 were baptized. Much of the area was unexplored and uninhabited. Russian traders and hunters often ventured there and took advantage of the natives wherever they wanted. Saint Herman defended the natives whenever he could. He would try to peacefully settle any conflict that occurred. This often led him into conflict with his own countrymen. After a time, Saint Herman decided to live the life of a hermit on Spruce Island. There he built an orphanage and a school for the native inhabitants of the island. Saint Herman watched over them and ministered to those who were sick at great personal risk.
So Saint Herman went to a very remote area of the world, and he reached out to the local people, and he made himself an icon of Christ before all of these people. And that icon that he became drew the people to him. There were many miracles that he performed, like the time when there was a great tidal wave coming and threatening the area where Saint Herman was, possibly killing many of them. But Saint Herman took an icon of the Virgin Mary and he put it on the beach in a certain place, and he said, the water of that tidal wave will not go past this icon. And sure enough, the waters came and the water stopped just before the icon. So he was a miracle worker in addition to being a very holy person. And so his life became a testament to the power of God and the way it works in our lives.
Saint Herman was once asked if he ever got lonely in his isolated life, to which he responded, "No, I am not there alone. God is here, and God, as God, is everywhere." Saint Herman showed his love for God in perhaps his most well-known saying, "From this day, from this hour, from this minute, we shall strive above all else to love God and to do His holy will."
He went and he showed love to the people. He established relationship with them. He became a father to them. They loved him not only for his teaching, but they loved him especially because he was an incarnation of love. So seeing him, just to be in his presence, you felt something very powerful touching your life and your soul. And this is kind of what Orthodox mission should be all about. Not just disseminating the gospel, not just bringing material benefits to people, but rather bringing ourselves and opening ourselves to the people around us, learning their ways, their language, learning to love them and their culture, because we have to respect their cultures. Saint Herman respected the indigenous culture. He didn't come and say to them, look, you all have to become Russians. Look, you have to get rid of these things that you believe in. No, he came and he looked at the things that were good in their lives, and he was able in that way to find a common ground upon which he built this tremendous outreach with them.
Saint Herman died peacefully in the year 1836 at age 81. He requested to be buried on Spruce Island, the place where he had spent much of his life ministering to the people who lived there. Saint Herman is one of the most well-known, if not the most well-known American saint, and is commemorated on December 13th, the day that he passed away, and on August 9th, the day that he was canonized a saint in the Orthodox Church. He brought the gospel of Christ to a land that had never experienced it, and through his acts of kindness and love, inspired thousands. Saint Herman's life and teachings are why we should look at the examples of Christ and his saints, for they show us how to truly be Christian.